Okay, so as I was saying, this is going to be part two. My battery was running low. I had to recharge it, and plus my camera was running out of time. So from the table here is where I was telling you all about the risers. So I have it lifted up so that when I'm standing and working there, it's much easier to use. I don't have to bend over, so that's great. And I kind of got that idea from my sewing room because my cutting table is higher than a normal table, and it just helps on your back a lot. So in this corner here, I have the 10 drawer storage unit here. I got that at Michael's, and I have this thing down. I mean, it's loaded down with stuff. So much. I have my Xyron there, a box of brads. This little box here, my son actually made for me a few years ago, and he had forgotten all about it, and I reminded him that I still had it. And so this contains a lot of my goodies here. Flowers, recollection flowers. I have about, I think there's 4 different little pails there. The flowers. I have food coloring that I use, kind of mixing it with my alcohol or with water to spray my flowers and different things. My sanding blocks there. I got my little candy dots that are like brads back there. They're fun to use, but they don't have the brad, you know, the little prongs that the brads have on them. Sorry. And then some removable tape. I have extras of that I use to tape down my dies when I'm cutting. And then this drawer has my foam pop-ups, my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and some extra glue and stuff back there. Have some foam tape, and this one has glue dots, tape runners, my Stampin' Up! Tape runner refills, and there's my red tape and score tape. Comes in handy for making the mini albums. And here, and this is leaning a little bit because it's so full, but my tape runner guns, this is refills for those. I have the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch tape runner, the big ones, ATG guns. This is miscellaneous stuff here, the little separating rings there. You can use them on scrapbooks or the little mini albums and various different things. Some little notepads and cards there from Michael's, of course. And these are little like thumb pins, sort of like thumbtacks you can poke into the wall. And they don't leave a big mark, but they have a little hook on them. So I have stuff hanging on my wall. I think I showed you the templates that I have on the wall here that I used to use. Don't use them so much anymore, but they're hanging on that. And here I have my Xyron refill supplies there. This is my other UT, the smaller containers, which these are color ones. Have platinum, copper, black, white, gold, and some more clear, and some little molds down there, and the melting pot for that. So I'm going to be working on some molds and stuff to use with my mini albums. And just little buttons and some brayers back there. That drawer's empty. Almost empty, half empty. And down here, and see how it's so full, the drawers are barely hanging in there on the bottom. Just the chalk. I have a couple chalks in there and some color pencils, and this is just tools for to use when I'm using my, it's a bind it all tool set, but I have the cinch, which is right here, for making the holes and putting the rings in the mini albums. And I have a laminating machine back there, and then that's the thing there with the black handle is my my glue gun. Here is the Inkadinka-Doo stamp set with the gears. You all may have seen that, and at some point I'll probably show you that. Anything that you haven't seen or want more explanation, just let me know in the comments, and I'll probably do just a YouTube to explain it to you, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of this stuff. This container, it's a 3 drawer actually container here with my ribbon and twine, my different ribbons and trims in there. And this is some graphic 45 paper, and that is the Curiosity Shop, and I just love that paper. And back when it was so popular, actually just a few months ago, everybody's making their mini albums. I couldn't get a hold of any because it was always sold out, and by the time it was back in stock, nobody's making the mini albums anymore. But I'm going to still make one. I'm going to make me one because I just thought that paper was so cute. Okay, so under the table here again is another little plastic storage unit here with various things. I have these are pearls that's on the string, pearl strands. The Tim Holtz little ring for the binders, for the little mini binders. You can use that. I have the bottle caps here, and I also got bottle caps from Stampin' Up. The nice thing about the Stampin' Up ones, they're real shiny, very shiny, where these are a little duller, but these are nice. If you're going to make a nice card to put those on, I would use the shiny ones. And these are just clear buttons. Got miscellaneous things here. These are the little clothespins and chipboard pieces that Amy sent me. And I'll be using that soon. So I have brads, and I had a few of the clothespins already. And this is little wobble things you put on cards, and you use those and make them have a little wobble action going on. So I can't wait to use those for maybe my little nieces whose birthdays are, I got so many nieces and nephews, so always a birthday for a child, and that would be perfect. So some little, these are actually crocheted, hand crocheted. I didn't crochet them, but they're hand crocheted doilies. And some little charms and brads and clips and stuff back there. Down here is some more of the Tim Holtz accessories and whatnot in that drawer. Some of the legs to use on altered items. And these are the glossine bags that I'm going to be using real soon, that Amy sent me. Thanks, Amy, for the things that you sent me. These are some more pearls. They're on a strand, but they can be used singly. These are the ones that have the holes you can use for making the hat pins. So I have some charms and some little buckles and things there. Another drawer with charms. A couple container of charms. And I have the Recollection Pearl Bling embellishment there. And it's different styles. It's got hearts, and this is some of them are just double rows of pearls that are just so pretty. So that's what those are. That stuff was on sale, of course, and I got them when it was on sale. And this is more bling, and I do a lot of separating of these big flourishes. You can cut them and separate them up to use on cards and whatnot. I rarely have use for one that big, so it comes in handy to be able to split them up. That's pretty good. So this is my table. This table is an 8-foot table that was in my basement, and when the guys came over to help me rearrange my room, I had to bring it up from the basement, and I took a shorter one I had up here down to the basement. So I'd have it in my laundry area, but I'm really glad to have this long table. It gives me a lot more room, and I'm not so congested here. So this is my little carousel with all of my tools, my corner punches, my brayers, a huge magnifying glass, my scissors, my 2 tape runners. This is my 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. A few color pencils, glue, little glue pens. I got some of the Stampin' Up! Water brushes that I'll hopefully be demonstrating real soon. And so a lot of goodies there. And back there, my Stampin' Up! These are where you can pierce the shapes, you know, around a card. Like if you emboss that shape on a card, then you can actually pierce around it just to add dimension or interest on a card. I'll be showing that. And these little round boxes here, what I do with those is when I've overcut something in like my spellbinders and have extras, I just put them in there to store the pieces until I can use them. This is my supply of washi tape at this point. I don't have very many, but I haven't really used very much yet either, so I'm going to use that before I get any more. And I have glue back there, some crystal lacquer, and stamp cleaner. And more glue, stamp cleaner, glue, and different things there. A box back there, miscellaneous items. And then here is where I keep my acrylic blocks. These are my Spellbinder acrylic blocks. I got the set, and these are nice because they have the edge where you can grip it really good. And I have a few others that I've already had for putting your cling stamps on to stamp. My tape runner, my Stampin' Up! Tape runner, and my wet wipes or baby wipes there. And so here is the area. I'm actually in front of a window and I have blinds, so see the lines there. But this is the area where I would be working to actually film. So there's my tripod, and so my camera would be pointing down here to this area. And so that's where I film. I'm working on some cards there, yet to be finished. Miscellaneous stuff in my cup there. This, oh, my Stampin' Up! Catalogs. And there's a new one coming up soon, so check out my channel when the new catalog comes out. I'll be showing you all the new stuff in there. This cube has, in the top section here, a lot of my stamp pads that I had already. The Memento stamp pads, I have my Versamark pads here. I have the teardrop, I guess they call it, or the little pear-shaped stamp pads there that are Memento. These are the Tim Holtz Distressed ink pads. In the back I have some clear box, or color box they call them, color box pads. And there's some mistakes back there that I just shouldn't have gotten because they weren't worth it, but I'll leave those nameless. These are my Spectrum Noir markers. I had actually started collecting those actually right around the time I was collecting Copics. AC Moore had them on sale, so I thought I'd try them, and they're nice, but the refills aren't as plenteous and easy to get. At least I haven't found them as the Copic markers, but I do kind of use them interchangeably, and any colors that I'm missing in Copics, sometimes I can use these to kind of fill in until I get the right colors in Copics. So I don't think I'll be refilling these. I'm going to stick with my Copics because I really do like them. And I have a couple paper cutters here, one with the sliding blade and the other one with the rotary blade. Sometimes I get things, and when I have a coupon and it's on sale, I'll get it only because I think it may do better than what I already have. And sometimes I look up and get something better, and sometimes not. But at least I'm not investing a lot because I always use a coupon or wait for a sale. So that's why I have duplicates of some things. So in the drawer here, I have the liquid pearls. I have alcohol inks. I have a few of the stickles. I have refills for my distressed inks here. Have some glue here and some paint, and this is some paint that has mica in it. Okay, if I can get that. It's called Lumineer. Yeah, Lumineers, and they're different colors, but they have the mica in it. They're really, really pretty, very pearlescent paint, very pretty paint. And so over here I have some markers used for stamps. Here is my just miscellaneous drawer, magnets, bling. These are the Ranger blending pads here. I haven't been using those because I use the round ones the most, so I'll be using them at some point. My embossing powder, my Stampin' Up! Stamp pad collection. I have the bright, the subtle, the regal, and the neutral color pads. And these are gelatos. I'm running out of time again, so hopefully I can show you these. These are, I just got these because they were on sale. But, well, you can see on top here, actually, this is what's in there. But this is like 28 or so different colors. I'm trying to get it open, sorry. So that's what's in there. But you use that, they're water soluble, so you can blend it with water, or you can use just a foam blending. There's various ways you can use those, but they're so vibrant and beautiful in color. So I really like them. Another shelf here on top, and the boxes on top are empty. I have a bow maker by Becca Feeman that I have, and I use now and then when I want to make a big, nice, pretty bow. I have some quilling supplies there. My label maker. I'm going kind of fast because I'm running out of time again. This is the Flower Soft. No, it's not Flower Soft. It's the Flower Soft-like kind of, the flossing stuff. My sponges. These are the sponges that I've been using, the little round dauber sponges. And I just got sponges from Stampin' Up! That you can get like this, and they're 3 in a pack, and then you cut them to whatever size you want to use. My buttons, then a box of bling there that I need to actually organize and put in those boxes up there. And just different stuff on the shelf. And then down here to my Silhouette Cameo. That's my electronic cutting machine. I've never had a Cricut, and when I went to buy one, that's what I chose. And I really, really like it. I like it a lot. And so here's my laptop and computer area. Sorry, there's wires. I have a storage drive there and card reader and all of that attached to my laptop. And my printers on another table from IKEA. And then back there behind my table, just some general stuff, cardboard. have some paper that was going to be thrown away I decided to grab. And this container here, another one full of general miscellaneous things. I'm out of time again. So my camera ran out of time, but this time at least I have battery time. So I'm going to start this again and just connect it. But this container here has miscellaneous things in the drawers. Refills for my blades, for my cutters. Some letters. I don't have many letters. Glitter paper. My doilies. That one's empty. Then this paper. It's very, very pretty paper that I plan to make a really special album out of. And crepe paper there. So now I can say goodbye properly because I was running out of time. But I was also explaining about this, that box back there of, that's white envelopes and, excuse me, folders from work that were going to be thrown away. And I decided to keep them because I know I can use them. There's a little bit of print on them, but most of the print is just off to one side, like a return address. And we weren't going to use them because they were from our insurance company and we wanted our name on the information. So I went ahead and grabbed that because I knew I could use it. So anyway, that was a good grab because the box is full of nice, strong envelopes and folders that I can reuse. Definitely is worth recycling. And then just general stuff in that black tray there. And then those red boxes have the corrugated cardboard squares that I got from Tuesday morning. See, well, these are the rings for the for my cinch, but this one has, see if you can see it, those are, I'm gonna grab one so you can see it. Bind It All has these corrugated, I'm trying to get a good, by Zetter. That's what it was, Zetter, sorry. But at Tuesday morning, they were $1.99, and there's 12 pieces of board in here. So perfect for making the little mini albums where you would use that. So I grabbed those when they had them at Tuesday morning in different sizes. These are the small ones. I got some 13-inch ones that'll make large albums, or I can cut them to any size I want. So that's what was in these boxes. Oh yeah, and there's one that's 5x7 also. A 5x7 size. So that's it, guys. That is my my craft room, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the space now that I have it configured a little better to work in. The table, the longer table, gives me a lot more room, and so I'm enjoying it now. So I got to get busy making and using this stuff. And this is from IKEA. I don't think I mentioned that when I was recording it, but that's where that's from. So that's it. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.